All right, it's a Wednesday to do the it's time to do the March 4th crossword. This one is by Wayne Bergman, and it says here on the words play column here that this is his first solo puzzle, so he must have had some collaborations. But I'm excited to see how the first puzzle is. I mean, he certainly must have had a lot of experience having them already published before. So I'm very excited. Ooh, this almost looks like it's like a animal shape. It looks like a panda. It looks like it could be something related to that, maybe. Maybe a rabbit. It looks a bit like a rabbit. I wonder what this is then. Violin something, cello something. Is this at all related to an animal? It just looks so much like a little rabbit, but maybe it's just what was required for this theme. So I'm not gonna read too much into it, but it's just nice. It's a fun little observation. Something Bay Lightning. I don't know. Dental hygienist's target. Maybe a cavity. Let's see what this V is. Hillocks could be. What is a hillock? I actually don't know. I thought it would be like a little hill. Maybe it could be a hill person, like a hillbilly. Glimpse could be to peer into something. I don't know if any of these things are right. A to do could be an item, like an item on a to do list. Colony member could be an ant. Okay, I don't think any of this is right. Let's just start over with this. Colony member could be an ant. Probably motivational cheer. Yay? I have no idea. Ariana Grande of Wicked. I'm gonna go with that. That has to be right. April Fool's Day sign. April Fool's Day sign. I don't know. Um, like kick me, kind of. You might have a sign on the back of someone's shirt or something. You might stick it there. It says "kick me," and then people just kick them. I don't know. Stubborn sort, an ass. April Fool's Day sign. Maybe it's just Aries because maybe it's just the horoscope on April Fools. Aries could certainly work here. Let's see what else there is. Dental hygienist's target. Um, I would have thought this would be cavity, but this is Tampa Bay Lightning, surely for the NHL. I mean, what other bay is there? Um, Maybe it's tartar. No, tartar is tartar sauce. I don't know what other word this could be. Something I don't know. Saucer crew and brief could be a group of aliens, ETs. Cassette successors could be CDs. Insignificant amount could be one iota. Something I don't know. Persian, Oriental, and Navajo. What is this? Cherokee, Creole, just some kind of person name, and I can't think of what's going on here. Okay, what's going on here? Different kind of marks. So something marks, because Mark Twain, Mark Wahlberg, I believe. Missed the mark. Maybe missed the mark. Oh, okay. I think that's what's going on. Some so the blank just saying, oh, we're missing some mark. We have a lot of marks in this list, but we're missing one. We've missed the mark of some kind. It doesn't matter what mark it is, but whatever it was, we missed it. A to do could be a task. That's right. Dental hygienist target. Um, ta 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 tatre tarte. I don't know. Glimpse could be to peek, and hillocks could be uh motivational cheer could be raw. So is it actually because tartar? Okay, tartar could. Okay, I know tartar is a kind of sauce, like a hamburger sauce, but maybe tartar also is a. I think it was like the sort of plaque that you get on like bacteria on you get on teeth. So maybe it is actually tartar. Yeah, I think it might be. I'm convinced. So Persian something Oriental Navajo. So these are just kind of rugs. I don't know. Navajo. I mean, these are known to be kind of rugs. So like a hole in a rug, missing rug, some kind of thing. Oriental rug. I think that's also a name, but we don't say Oriental anymore, of course. Parapsychologist study for short. What might a parapsychologist study? I don't know. Letters before stage name could be also known as to test the water might be to sip it. If you're literally testing water, you might sip it. Just have a little bit. Slow down there, big guy. Maybe easy there. Metro, skipped ad, maybe sports lifestyle. Um, ESP is a parapsychologist study, right? I mean, para just makes me think like sort of not real, like sort of fake of some kind. I don't know. Para could mean a few things, but parapsychology probably studies ESP. Sort of otherworldly powers, psychic powers. Like e-statements and digital receipts are paperless, of course. Um, Insignificant amount. I don't know. Cut, cut, rug, cut the rug. Cut something. Oversold could be hyped. Ben Hur was the name. Insignificant amount. Um, what is this? Doctor something? That doesn't look right. Is it not CDs? If it's not CDs, it might that might explain it. I thought this would have been rug. What if it's rug? Outstanding. Something is outstanding. It's still due, maybe. So it's not something due. You haven't paid it yet or something. Pontiac in the 60s song could be a GTO. Insignificant amounts. I don't know what this is. Maybe it's. I'm gonna skip this right now. Let's see. Reach an end. Might be too. I don't know. Like many drama school students, could be artsy students. What else is there? Part of a rock band could be an or, literally. MBA subject might study economics. Foreshadowing, maybe onto something. Place for eggs might have a nest. Made an appearance. I don't know. I don't think it's onto. We're gonna go with something else. Ozark. Izai Morales. Sorry, Izau is the name of the biblical twin. But Izai Morales, yep, he's also showed up in Chicago Blue or something like that. One of those shows, but Izai Morales, that's right. Brief periods of time. Maybe legs, some kind of stretches. I don't know. Insurance company is, what was it? USAA. That's right, USAA. There's that little jingle for military families. National sport for Japan is sumo. For little sort of quick seconds, mini mart, head covering, toilet seat of some kind, mini mart. I don't know. Where you might drink from a junmai class is a sake bar. Japanese belts are obis. That's right. Mail as payment is to remit payment, I think. Business card abbreviation might be telephone number. Woman with the chronological name is Eve. Chronological is just time related, and Eve is time related also. Caves in might be gives. You might give, you sort of just cave. Make a list of is to catalog something. Ford flop, I've seen this a lot. I don't know what this is really, but it just, I guess it's a model of car that just didn't work really well, but it's the Edsel, and it's only referred to as being a failure from Ford. Violin, some strings. Oh, if you pull some strings, then of course you're missing some strings from some string instruments from this list. So of course they are gone, they're being pulled. Canadian leaders might have some prime ministers. Mid East initials, probably UAE, United Arab Emirates. Caustic cleaner, lye is quite caustic, and it's what was used. You can make soap with it. Need a hand is may I. March Madness placement, you might be placed in a certain seed in a tournament bracket. Toilet lid is the one. Car lot is a mini mart. You might have minis, which are, some of them are cars. For instance, it might be in a mart. I mean, I guess it's a place where minis might be sold, in this case, a car. Toilet lid, and what else was it? Head covering, remember, because head means toilet in some cases. So yeah, that's what it is. Let's see. Easy something. I don't know, but I'll come back to it later. To bring in is to earn, maybe. Minor menace. Pest. I don't know. Key near control could be alt. Oh, got that in the wrong order. Alt. Spicy chip brand is probably Takis. It's not that spicy, but I think commercially wise for American snacks, it is probably one on the spicy end. A Star Wars droid informally is R2, R2D2, in need of patching. It might be buggy. Maybe I'm thinking patching like a patch for software, but it could also just be torn wholly of some kind. To ring, to bring in is to reap. You might reap some rewards or some crops. Let's see, His or Her Majesty. I'm gonna put an H there in any case. Is OIC could be that's making sense to me now. This is Her Majesty. Delicacy that's often slurped. Oyster? You would slurp an oyster maybe? In need of patching. It might be not it's maybe okay. Leaky is in need of patching. That's right. A minor menace is a pest actually, so I was right, but I just had the wrong. I just didn't follow through really. Um, take the cake. If you take away a cake, then you get a missing thing in the list of cakes. That's right. So, I like this theme. They're all very like different versions of getting rid of something. In this case, it's miss. In this case, like take as in take away. And this is to pull. You might pull something from something else. You might delete it from that. Made an appearance. Made an appearance. I don't know. Brings out. Let's just look at this. Mercury, but not Venus. Mercury could be an element, of course, and Venus is just a planet. Cousins of grommets. Grommets. What's a grommet? Oh, eyelet. Right. I've definitely heard of this. A grommet is one of those holes in your shoe that you thread the shoelaces in between. An eyelet is another kind of that. I thought they were just the exact same thing, but maybe not. Actually, I think yeah. No, because I'm thinking what was that thing that covers the shoelace at the end? I think that's called the aglet. It's not really important what all of those things are, but I mean, grommet is just like a little hole, I think, and so is an eyelet. So let's just see what else. Reach an end is to cease. Let's see. I did not get this right. Why is it Eid? It's not Eid. Wowzers. I don't know. This also, and this. So I need to figure out what this is. Persian something rug. Cut? I just really feel like it would be cut a rug. Cut a rug. Skip something. Let's see what else there is. Brings a fresh effort to. Something definitely. Evokes. If you evoke some certain emotion, you might bring it out of someone. To swerve is to veer. To believe, you might deem something to be. Brings a fresh effort to, you might recommit to something, I guess. Made an appearance, you might came up. So a foreshadowing as a noun could be a certain omen. Home of the National Museum of Mathematics could be the NSA, I guess. To pay for play, that's not right. A strike breaker could be a scab. A scab is a person that crosses the picket line, that's what they say. Like, if there's a certain protest, say a labor strike or something, then the company might pay, very well for someone to just like break the protest and just sort of come back and work for a higher price. And those people would be considered scabs because they kind of sell out to the greater good, the cause of the labor union. So scab is a certain kind of strike breaker, a labor strike in this case. That's what it's talking about. Oh, New York City then. NYC is a home of National Museum of Mathematics. I didn't know that. Stat then maybe weighted. You might have a weighted GPA. And to cry uncontrollably is a typo. So, I see what this is going for. So pay for play perhaps. This is saying pay is possibly a typo of play. If you think of what words could possibly be typed as like by mistake for this word, you might have pay. So pay in relation to play, the word play could be a typo. And it's very clever. I didn't think about that. This honestly would not have come to me unless I got all the other letters. Yeah. Let's see. Just this now. Slow down there, big guy. Easy something. Easy there is the only word I can think of, but I don't know what that is. Otherwise, blank 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 ER. I don't know. Metro something sports lifestyle. So we're skipping something, skipping some kind of paper. Skip paper? Skip I mean these are kinds of magazines also. So it's not just a paper because if it was paper I would think it would be like New York Times kind of newspaper, but this is more just like a magazine. So what is this I don't know what this word would be then. Like many drama school students are artsy. Wowzers could be G. Easy Tiger, maybe. That's what they say. They say Easy Tiger, sort of like that. Skip. Oh, it's a Beat. So a Beat magazine, I think that's what it was called. So that's why Beat goes like that. So because that's another word for a magazine in some cases. Let's see. An insignificant amount could be a driblet. Oh, that's a fun word. I haven't thought about that. And this is cut a rug. Nice. Okay. Let's just go through these theme answers then. This was really fun. We actually managed to slip in a fifth one here because typically you don't have themed answers that cross each other, but this one happened to work quite well. And these words are very clean. I think this was done very well. So let's just go over this, shall we? So missed the mark. You'll notice that the common like theme between all of these is that these all have some kind of missing word here. And you get, for the longest answer, you get kind of a double whammy. You get two things missing here, but you would be able to see the thing in common is that they're string instruments. And so, they all have the same idea. And the same idea, but maybe executed slightly differently. So all of these in the beginning, you have some word meaning to remove. So you might miss the mark. In this case, this is just a list of a bunch of people named Mark. And you've missed one here. Same thing here. You have a bunch of kinds of cake flavors. And since you've taken a cake, there's one that's missing. So this, of course, means take, to remove. Skip, you would also sort of remove or just like skip over it, of course, in the list. And I didn't make this connection until very late, where beat is the word that describes all of these. These are all examples of beats or beat magazines. I think that's what they're called. Don't know the exact word, but that's what it is. Persian, Oriental, and Navajo are kinds of rugs. And I don't actually know what cut a rug means figuratively. It's a figure of speech, and I can't think of what it actually means, but it's one of those things that registers as a word. Like I recognize it as a phrase in itself, which I just don't know what it actually means. But whatever. Pull some strings, violin, cello, and of course the other ones that might go in here are maybe viola, and double bass. And these ones have been pulled. You pulled some strings. Of course, these are known as string instruments, also just the strings. Some strings, of course, represents that it's not just one in the list, it's actually two or more, a plural number of them. And I guess the idea is just to show this is just a extra layer, just for the longest answer, which makes it a bit special. We just put it on the very bottom, sort of save it as a dessert, just a little extra bit, a little extra clever bit of theme manipulation just for you at the very end. Anything that I think is interesting to talk about, I would say, test the water. It's one of those kind of clues where the sort of obvious way to interpret it is the way we're all familiar with using test the water, which is just to, in a figurative sense, actually. So this is one of those in which you would go from the figurative sense of the phrase to the actual meaning of the words. In this case, if you're literally testing the water, you are literally just sipping it, just a little bit, just to test how it tastes, I guess, or how hot it is. Head covering, I sort of had this idea, but I didn't make the connection. I was thinking for some reason toilet roll, toilet something. I had enough letters to get the word toilet, but I should have just maybe put it in there. I've kind of been off my game recently. Like I just don't think I've been able to get the words, in time. Definitely being a bit slower than I would like, but I think it's not too bad, given I can explain my thought process with this. Um, this is another style of question mark clue where it's sort of a stretch. It's not like um, it's not a pure definition. It doesn't. It kind of requires you to sort of be sort of like suspend your disbelief with the pure syntactic structure of clues and how they're written. You might need to be a bit stretchy, like sort of bend the rules a little bit, just to kind of understand like the what Wayne is going for in this case, which is you're going for something that is a woman's name, but it's in some way a chronological name, which at face value doesn't actually make any sense. Like, what the hell is a chronological name? But you sort of have to play along with it. That's what the question mark is saying. Question mark kind of means like bear with me. Just kind of think like what does chronological in this case mean. And if you eventually come to the answer Eve, you understand exactly what Wayne is going for, because Eve is a woman's name, and it just means it has a meaning that is related to time, which is the day before something. So this does work, and it's somewhat, it's somewhat clever, and a bit stretchy. Carlot also, man, this one was tricky. This one was tricky, but I like this one. This is my favorite one, I think. Excuse me. Yeah, but that's it. I think it's a very clever one. I do appreciate as the constructors commitment to having as much as possible, as much theme content as possible. I do appreciate having the ability to fit an extra one in here. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with this one. Very creative theme answers, all slightly different in a way. Yeah, I like this one.